Today, I just wanted to give you guys advice from a 22-year-old person's perspective. I honestly have nothing to offer you guys except for advice and hopefully entertainment in my other videos. But today, I wanted to start off with explaining a period in my time where I would do go puffing with my homie American Hybrid, and me and him used to work the same job, and we were both making minimum wage. And I remember he would ask me, "Oh, which car do you think I should get, this car or that car?" And then eventually one day he just pops up with a new car, and that new car is a WRX. And if you guys don't know, a WRX is a Subaru. It's a class below the STI, and the car that he got specifically, it was modified so that way it beat a stock STI. So it's his favorite color too. It was red, and I was very happy for him. Me and him would do go puff after doing our main job, our day job, and I would just tag along with GoPuff because he needed the extra money for both bills and for that car. That car meant a lot to me as much it did to him. And so the reason being is because, for context, I own a Mitsubishi Lancer. It's not the Evo, it's just the base model. And if you guys don't know, in the World Rally Racing, it would always be the Evo versus the WRX. Why not the STI? I have no idea. This is just from what American Hybrid has told me. And so it was perfect for our car. It was perfect for us because I have my favorite color, the black one, and he has his favorite color, which is red. And so I remember a point in time where me and him would drive side by side with each other on those streets that have basically 4 lanes, 2 going up and 2 going down. So he had that car for less than a year before the incident occurred. And the incident I'm referring to is the car crash. I will get to that later, but I want to give you guys a bigger picture on why that car meant so much to me and American Hybrid. We had so many memories, and there's times where me and him would be up until, I would say, 1 a.m. when he got off his DoorDash shift, all the way until like 5 in the morning. And it was so bad that my mom came out and she would see us, and we would just be like, "Oh, have a good day at work." I would tell her, and then she would just drive off because she started work at or she would leave around like 6 or something like that. And it was just crazy, that whole time period. And I had fun. It was wasted nights, so many conversations me and him would just have. And overall, it's one of those experiences that only come around like once in a lifetime. That car, we were just geeked, me and our other homie, Lavender. We went in his car and he pushed his car to like 160 or something like that on the highway, and it didn't even feel like 160 on the highway. It was just craziness. And I remember there was a time where we went to Lakeshore Drive. Our night rides would either be, or it would be on the Northwest Highway, because that's where the Go Puff area was. And so that night we went to Lakeshore Drive. It was so surreal because we started our usual DoorDash around like 1 a.m. or something like that, or 8 p.m. I can't remember. We ended up picking up Lavender around like 3 a.m. and we were just sitting and we watched the sunrise on Lakeshore Drive, and it was so surreal. It's like it's kind of like that one picture from Regular Show where everybody in the crew was just watching the sunrise, and I'm very grateful to have experienced that with the boys. I hope that gives you a broader picture on the type of stuff we'll do and why that car meant a lot to us. Yes, how could I forget the music? Meteor Shower by Cave Town, Gimme Chocolate by Baby Metal, or motherfucking Bleed It Out by Linkin Park. These songs were introduced to me by American Hybrid, and every time we went go puffing, he would always have alternative rock or metal playing in his car. And for context, I would always listen to a bunch of rap, Uzi, X, Six Dogs, Wintertime, Low Skies, you know, some mainstream and then some underground stuff too. But yeah, we would always listen to those types of music when we are just going. I remember specifically we were driving down a highway. It's not really a highway, but the street was called Northwest Highway, and he was taking me home and Cave Town played, and it was the first time I listened to that song. I just remember just hearing it for the first time and actually listening to it instead of just hearing it. In that moment, it felt like I was just actually living in the moment. Like the music was good, this warm summer breeze on my face because I had the windows down. It was phenomenal. I also remember a specific time in the WRX when we were parked in front of my house. We were listening to Beach House, Space Song. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And that iconic intro, I knew at that moment this is eventually going to be a memory. Serves me right. Now it's just a memory. Moving forward to the incident, I remember American Hybrid forwarded the picture to the group chat, and I called him, and it sounded like he was on the verge of tears. I remember specifically he had that car under a year, because I remember he sounded like he was gonna cry, and he was like, I didn't even have that car for a year. It felt like our hopes and our dreams was lost that day. I know it's a car and it's materialistic, and it's more than that. It was more motivation for him because he looked more alive. He got up off his ass and overall was just a better person with that car. He would be awake at like 3 in the morning and he would just go to the car wash and be productive, you know, because I know how he is. He was able to take care of himself and that car. Even after that whole incident, he couldn't even take care of himself. I've seen both phases on how he was before and after that car, and it's really, really sad to me how everything ended up. He was okay. He explained to me the story that on what had happened, and he was making a right turn and the initial impact was on the passenger seat from what he told me, and there is a chance that I wouldn't be here today to make this video or even make YouTube videos. The moral of the story is to not take life for granted. Life is short, and do what you want to do because this world is yours. I thank God every single day that he hasn't taken away my best friend, my brother, my ranked partner away from me. Before I end the video, I want to leave you guys with, please be safe. Please be safe on driving, and life is short. We don't know when we're going to be taken, so make the best of life in general. For American Hybrid, I know you're going to watch this video. I love you, bro. No matter what, I want you to always remember, I'll diff you in any game.